Hey guys, Miss Charlie here with a 2 looks 1 palette with the new Lethal 2 Up eyeshadow palette. I have the 1 Up. I love that palette. It's one of my favorite palettes. I'll go ahead and just bring it out so you can see it. This is the 1 Up palette. It looks like an old arcade game. I love it, and it has the little holographics on it to show the gameplay and the high scores. And this is what she looks like on the inside. She has been used and abused. I love this palette so much. The duochromes and multi-chromes in here are absolutely stunning. And then when they came out with the 2 Up palette, which looks like a Game Boy, I had to get it because we have to keep the set together. And that is what this one looks like. They're basically the same size. Basically, this one is, you know, the video game, the arcade game, and this is supposed to be like the handheld, like Game Boy. And it also has the holographic front, which shows the gameplay, scores, thing like that. And then this is what she looks like on the inside. This one has a lot more, you know, empty space than this one does. This one, the space is used more like a controller, it looks like almost. So most of the space is taken up. But this one has a lot of empty space, which I don't really like. They could have made this a little bit smaller to take up some of that empty space. I did 2 looks. The mattes in here are not the same as the ones in here, and they're definitely not the same as the singles, because I have lots of singles and palettes from Lethal, and these were a little bit, you'll have to work with them. With the purple and the blue, when you start putting it on, it is a little bit sheer. You have to build it. You have to build it, which sometimes you don't want to do with matte. You want it to go on and then you have to blend it out. These you have to work with. You have to work with. And as far as like finger swatches, the finger swatches are okay. They look good on my finger, but then I go to swatch, and that's how they go onto the eye. Very sheer. You have to go in and continue to build these up. I mean, once I built them up, they were really excuse me, really nice. And I'll show you. I'm gonna go back in and back in to build it up to that purple. Same with the blue. I have to keep going in and in to build it up to that blue. If you don't like working with mattes like that, you will not enjoy this palette, but you do have to work with them. The pastels in here were really nice, great for blending out and layering, because I did use like this color and this color as a base for the duochromes, like Pixel. I used it over Chiptune. That's what it looks like by itself. And then if I take Chiptune and put that down and then put Pixel over the top, it just makes it more bold. So that's what I did with that. And D-pad looks white, but it is a green reflect. I don't know if you can tell, but it has a green reflect to it. That's a really pretty color. And console is a blue, pink, purple. But these 3 were fine. The pad, well, you could say the D-pad, the arrow keys, those were just fine. This cartridge is a lavender, but it has shimmer in it, and it was beautiful. These colors I had, oops, stuck my finger in there, had no problem with. It was just these 2 mattes that you really have to work with to get them where you want. And these are powdery. These 4 are powdery, just so you are aware. And And those, like you can see, those are very pigmented. Those are just fine. It's just that those two mattes, you will have to work with them. But I made some cute swatches that I posted on Instagram. I did the format of this, which also, if you look at it this way, kind of reminds me of something like from Galaga or something like that, like one of the spaceships or something. It makes me think of something else when I look at it this way. But this is the way they want you to look at it, you know, like a controller. But I like the looks I did. I used every color in here. So again, I did 2 looks and I will show you those. And then, yeah, so we'll just go see the looks. How about that? So those were my 2 looks using the new Lethal 2-Up palette. Again, this is a nice palette. You have to work with those mattes, but everything else in here is absolutely fine. I will continue to use it, and I might do a look and post it on Instagram using both of these. Again, this is awesome. I've used this so many times. This is the 1-Up. I'm surprised I haven't hit pan on some of these, but these are nice. The mattes in here are better to work with than these, but it's fine. I worked with it and the looks came out just beautiful. So if you picked up this one, you gotta get this one too to go with it. You gotta keep the collection together. But let me know if you have either of these and your thoughts about Lethal Cosmetics, because I really like their shadows and the ones I have. Thank you so much for coming and watching. I appreciate you so much. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe here on YouTube and Instagram. And we'll see you in the next video.